For those of you who regularly watch my channel, you know I like to provide kind of an evened response, an intellectual dissemination, if you will, on certain different types of topics. And as such, I generally try and avoid drama. Like, if I have to do any commentary about drama, I'll do it on my second channel, I'll make a quick little clip about it, and I'll just basically, brush off, dismiss, whatever. No big deal. And usually in this case, I would do the exact same thing. But there are extenuating circumstances which are propelling me to actually respond. Now, I waffled on making this video for about 2 days, because what I should be working on is a video about Stefan Molyneux grossly misinterpreting how the intelligence quotient works and how genetics works, and pushing a really, really racist idea. But no matter how much time I took to try and, even myself out so I can tackle this giant racist piece of shit, which I will, this just kept persisting, and I couldn't get it out of my mind. So because of that, fuck it. Here we go. We're going to have a little bit of YouTube drama. So I present to you, my dear viewers, Tre Melvin,
the internet's biggest victim.
Now this video is going to be kind of a narrative sort of debunking video, a little bit. I'll start at the beginning because this is actually a really hilarious story. About 4 or 5 days ago, somebody asked me to watch and respond to This Is a Commentary's video about white privilege. This Is a Commentary is a channel with 3 million subscribers, and it is owned by Tre Melvin. Tre Melvin got really big by, honestly, really funny content, and at 18 years old, he started a YouTube channel. He's grown to be super huge, he's extremely successful, and for a time, I actually thought he was kind of funny. But as time grew on, and has happened to a lot of people as they get into their early 20s, he started getting kind of a stick up his ass, and that's largely due to the social pressures of the regressive left, and these race-baiting tactics that are so prevalent in our society today. Now keep in mind, before we get into this, I am by no means going to ever, in any way, berate the experiences of Black Americans. I myself cannot actually understand the experiences of all Black Americans, but I by no means am ever going to also claim, as he will, that all Black Americans have the exact same experience. Because they don't. Because they're different people who are individuals with different circumstances. Anyway, so I went and I started to look at this video, and I got about 2 minutes into it, and I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. And the reason why I couldn't stop laughing is because it's almost like a cookie cutter video. And I started looking at some of his other videos too, and they're all cookie cutter videos. They're all this is oppression, this is what's so bad about everything, this is what's going on, and I'm fine with somebody wanting to make that kind of video, but his perspective, where he's at in his life, just started setting off these alarms. So I went and I looked at his Social Blade. Social Blade, for those who don't know, is basically like a report for how well you're doing in YouTube. And so take a look at it. You can see right here, 3 million subscribers, and the potential for making a shit ton of money. This is also on top of the fact that he is an actor and starring in a YouTube Red funded series. So jokingly, I decided I would do a little bit of a trolley post. I mean, I was slightly buzzed, and I wrote this post. Someone told me to go watch Tre Melvin video on white privilege. Look how oppressed this guy is. Sipscope. Now, what I didn't know at the time was that Tre Melvin really, really watches his mentions, apparently. And I can only assume it's because he's looking for excuses to go off. And so he found it, and he replied with this. Is your whiteness so powerful that it leads you to believe that money equals privilege? But wait, there's more. You see, after he replied as such, I had a huge legion of flower crowns. You know the flower crowns, the people who have to use the Snapchat filter to basically pretty up their skin and make them look almost angelic, all coming down and starting to shit on me. And that's fine, that's cool. I thought it was funny. I trolled him, he trolled me back. Although his wasn't very funny and it was more righteously indignant, but cool, whatever, fine, no big deal. So I was content to let it go. I was surprised he actually responded in the first place. Okay, that's fine. You got 3 million subs. You, put me on blast real quick. Fair is fair. I trolled you. You, 6 people on me. Fair game. It's the internet. Who cares? Well, apparently, he wasn't done yet. He got mad. You could officially say that I triggered the fuck out of him.
Hey Jeff, Trey here. You're so fucking ignorant that I figured I would address this subject matter with you via video.
Hold it right there. We're gonna take a pause here and we're gonna backtrack a little bit. And first we're gonna look at the video that initially compelled me to want to make a comment and basically troll him a little bit. The name of this video is White Privilege is a Thing.
What's up, y'all? So I woke up today feeling like clocking some bitches. I was high as fuck the other day and I was just sitting there like, wow. As a black man, I obviously understand the black struggle simply because it's my struggle. Even as a 23-year-old black man, there's still so much that I have learned and still have to learn about my struggle. Now, I'm not giving y'all a motherfucking cookie for being good people. You can make bad choices and still be a good person. But I know that it can't be easy to almost be forced to understand something and to fight for something that you don't experience, something that you virtually know nothing about, and something that you never asked for to begin with. As for the rest of y'all motherfuckers, you don't have to kill someone to be an accessory to a murder. All you gotta do is know about it. All you have to do is be made aware of said murder, and you are automatically tried as an accessory to the crime.
So basically he's equating foregoing the idea of white privilege is the same as being an accessory to murder, or having white privilege is murder. We aren't saying black lives are more meaningful than everyone else's. We are saying black lives are just as meaningful as everyone else's. The Black Lives Matter movement isn't about separation or segregation or disengagement. So the Black Lives Matter movement isn't about segregation. Okay.
I need all white people to move to the back. This is a black and brown resistance march.
We aren't saying black lives are more meaningful than everyone else's.
Our argument is that white life is wrong. Why? Our argument is that we should never affirm white life. That your argument of just affirming all life in general is not good, especially not good for black people when white life itself is based off of black
supremacy. Why shouldn't we affirm my life?
You're probably white.
I am white. Why shouldn't we affirm my life?
I don't understand why I have to care about your life anyways. There's no ethical reason as to why white people deserve to live. Affirming black life means that white death has to occur. That's why you should lose this debate and why your life ain't worth affirming.
The Black Lives Matter movement isn't about separation.
Unless black organizers have specified that you need to come to a rally for buffers against the police as a legal observer or to collect other white people, why are you going to a protest when you're the oppressor?
I don't even have words for black people who do not support Black Lives Matter, for black people who have the audacity to spit in the faces of your brothers and your sisters with that all lives matter bullshit.
See, originally when I was trying to make up my mind of whether or not I was going to make this video, I had not watched up to this point, but I watched it just this morning and it was the tipping over point, this one right here, where basically he's kind of shitting on any black person who doesn't think the way he thinks, who doesn't believe in the things he believes. This pisses me off. There are a fuck ton of amazing, incredible black YouTubers who a lot of them I consider friends, and they don't buy into the Black Lives Matter movement. They believe in equality, they believe that black lives do matter, like we all do. But they don't like the movement because of the actions of the movement, the things that have been done because of it. And they, because of that, and because they, being black, have a certain amount of weight in this kind of conversation, are very vocal about how much they don't like Black Lives Matter. In response, there is an amazing amount of fucking people who call these people, some of which my friends, coons. They call them coons, or Uncle Toms, or whatever. This is fucked up. This is really fucked up. You don't believe the same way that I believe about this racial inequality? Then fuck you. You are a race traitor. You're a coon. Fuck off. Anybody can have whatever kind of opinion they want. This is America. Freedom of expression, freedom of thought. You can have a differing opinion. You can even still be on the same path, wanting equality, wanting to solve the issues of police gun violence. You can be on that without supporting a movement that shuts down gay pride parades or interrupts vigils for terrorist victims. You can do that. And to basically just brush them all off makes you a huge piece of shit.
You don't click on these videos to get an idea of what the fuck we're talking about. You don't click on these videos to understand where we're coming from. You click on these videos to argue, simply because our argument makes you uncomfortable.
Your argument doesn't make me uncomfortable. Your argument is different. And I do watch some of these videos because I would like to understand where some people are coming from. But that doesn't mean I have to agree.
You click on these videos to tell us that we're wrong, that we're over-exaggerating, when you don't have to worry about becoming victim to both law enforcement and the judicial system alike.
That's not actually true. It's true that blacks are, by ratio, killed more often than whites by the police. That's true. But to say that the white people aren't killed by the police, to say that Hispanic people aren't killed by the police in staggering numbers, I mean, the thing is this a disproportionately affecting black issue? I would say yes. Some people would say no. I would say yes. But I also think there's many more factors to it. It's nuanced. It's worth discussing and figuring out. But at no point does that also mean that we should just ignore any of the unjust killing of people by the police, because it still happens. It happens all the fucking time. To everybody. Yes, it's kind of a black issue, but it's also kind of an everybody issue. It's a police issue. But reframing it in only one context, that's your choice. That's okay. And I'll support you in being able to voice your opinions and express yourself any way that you want to. That's fine. But this,
You don't have to worry about what you wear or how you act or how you carry yourself without being labeled an idiot, a thug, a lowlife. You don't have to worry about your hair or your skin color or your cultural accessories as the reason why you didn't get a fucking job. You don't have to ever worry about being labeled a terrorist when, to my knowledge, you obtained and built and sustained this motherfucking country via terrorism.
America was built by terrorism. Okay. Didn't know that one.
You don't have to worry about explaining why cultural appropriation is a bad thing.
I was thinking about putting on my obviously fake and joking Native American headdress at this point, but I think this is going to be triggering enough, you know? I think all those sadhus in India that watch my YouTube videos are deeply triggered right now. Oh no!
You don't have to worry about whether the color of your skin will get you into trouble or possibly murdered whenever you leave your motherfucking house.
Alright, Cupcake, look here. You can speak from generalizations as much as you want, but fact of the matter is, you can't speak for every single person's experience. Not all black people have the same experience. Not all white people have the same experience. Fun fact, shortly after Hurricane Katrina, I was down in New Orleans, and I lived in Pigeon Town, one of the worst fucking ghettos at the time. It's a lot better now. But in that time, while I lived there, I was harassed, I was almost jumped, and I was shot at because I was white. But does that make me want to generalize that all black people are like the people who were suffering from Hurricane Katrina, were upset, were antagonistic, were pissed off because it felt like the rest of America, which was predominantly white people, weren't paying attention to the fact that their homes were fucking destroyed? No. I didn't get mad at them. I didn't get pissed off at them. I mean, all black people. I was pretty pissed at those fuckers who shot at me. But I understood that individual actions don't equate to universal positions just because of the color of their skin. That would be extremely racist.
You don't have to worry about being told to get over slavery, or Jim Crow, or segregation in schools.
Were you enslaved? Did you have to suffer under Jim Crow? Did you experience segregation in schools? Because it's actually kind of interesting because there was segregation recently, actually. Earlier this year at my university. There was. Was there at yours? I mean, I'm not like seriously upset about it or anything, but I'm having to take so many breaks while watching this video because I keep laughing. This is just, oh.
You can walk the earth unaware of the color of your skin, unaware of your whiteness.
Oh man, if only that was true. If only that was true. But you see, there's this problem that every day on television, on the internet, race is being brought up as an issue. And my whiteness, which is not a thing by the way, but the fact that I am a Caucasian, is brought up as a means to be weaponized to tell me that I can't speak, that I can't have my opinion, that my opinion is wrong. Somehow, magically. Because of this. I mean, Are you actually really listening to yourself? Do you possess any degree of self-awareness? I mean, fuck, dude, come on. But at the same time, I'm not screaming "my persecution," because ultimately, I'm not a whiny fucking crybaby, okay? I'm not a whiny fucking crybaby about it. It's stupid, but it gives me something to talk about. It gives me something to disseminate. It gives me something to think about and extrapolate, to talk with my friends of all fucking races, and we can break it down and have a civil conversation. Something I don't necessarily think you were very well prepared for. No.
You have the ultimate amount of privilege, yet you dare challenge me? You dare challenge whether or not my black struggle is justified? Fuck you!
Calm down. I, for one, will never ever ever say whether or not your black struggle is justified. Whatever you've experienced in your life, and I do know some of it, and we'll get to it in just a second, you have experienced, at least as you phrased it, as well as you've told people, you've experienced racism because of the color of your skin. That sucks. That's shitty. That shouldn't happen. But at the same time, you're making these broad generalizations about the experiences of all these other people, all white people. And you're also falling into this trap where it's always a black and a white thing. Like, does anybody else notice how we just don't even talk about the condition of predominantly Latino fucking schools in the southern states? Does anybody else fucking notice this? I mean, fuck, dude, you really want to see how bad shit can get for everybody else? Go look at Santa Fe. Go look at fucking Albuquerque. Look at the shit that's happening, especially with the copious amounts of methamphetamine, the violence in the streets, people disappearing. Like, shit can be bad. It doesn't matter what fucking color you are. But then again, that's getting into a topic that isn't specifically police killing of citizens. And that's why it's not being talked about, because this is the hot ticket fucking issue. And some people, like Tre here, feel that that's the only thing worth talking about. I disagree. Would you like to have the last word on this video, Tre?
You can ignore and deny everything that I've just said, and you can go on about your lives and absolutely nothing will change. Your life, your future will remain completely and utterly intact, while my life and my future children's lives and my people's lives and the lives of my people's children depend oh so greatly on how much your people care about us in this marvelous country that was built on white supremacy and the lie of freedom and equality and opportunity. That's how much power you have. I don't even have words for black people who do not support Black Lives Matter.
Me saying all lives matter is pretty much saying that I am Satan.
These are the same people who will tell you, we want diversity, we want diversity, we want diversity. But no sooner than you get someone with diverse opinions, then suddenly that's a problem. Is it diversity that you want? Or does diversity means different skin color, but just not diversity of ideas?
At the end of the day, police officers whom you guys, claim to hate so much and speak out against have saved a hell of a ton more lives than you motherfuckers have.
A homeless, poor, white male still has more privilege than I will ever have.
You are less privileged than a homeless person is the most vapid, dumb shit thing I have ever fucking heard.